You're listening to Young and Restless Update 24. All the latest in television entertainment news. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone have a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Kyle asks Claire to move in together, and Audra strikes a deal with the devil. The Young and the Restless, Sally warns Audra. Victoria urges her father to back off, and Claire agrees to accept Kyle's proposal. Victoria visits Victor at the ranch, and they discuss Nick's news that Sharon and Phyllis were kidnapped by Tracy's fiancé, Alan Lawrence's brother Martin. Victor notes he's the same one who terrorized Ashley. They're glad to hear he's been arrested. Victor sighs that it was Jordan, Ian, and now Martin. When will this family ever catch a break? Victor says the Newmans are survivors. Bring it on. Victoria just can't forget that Jordan told Claire her death would haunt her forever. She's glad her daughter has Kyle to lean on. Victor barks that she shouldn't lean on Kyle Abbott. She should lean on her family. Victoria and Victor debate. Victoria confronts Victor for attempting to break up Kyle and Claire. He makes her happy. Victor claims he knows the Abbotts better than anyone. This relationship will not work out. They argue about Kyle's previous relationships. Victoria confesses they didn't last, but she blames Summer for being manipulative. She believes Claire is a positive influence on Kyle and that they may have a future. Victor wonders why he's the only one who sees this relationship as a possible tragedy. Victoria cautions her father that if he continues like this, he may lose Claire. He claims it won't happen. Victoria responds, "Well, you may lose me." It breaks her heart to think of his bond with Claire being broken. Kyle's not going to hurt her. Victor's sure he'll show his true colors very soon and will break her heart. He doesn't want her to go through any more suffering. Don't you understand my logic? Victoria asks about his gunshot wound. He's feeling stronger, which makes her feel relieved. He thanks her and Nick for taking over Newman while he recuperated. He knows much of the responsibility fell on her shoulders given he was dealing with Sharon's ordeal. Victoria's just glad she's safe. Talk turns to Cole. Victoria says he's happy, but the job involves a lot of travel. She reminds her father that he had an issue with him being in her life. Victor shrugs. Things change. Victoria hopes he'll one day change his mind about Kyle. Victor said all he has to say on the subject. Kyle takes Claire by surprise. Claire walks into Crimson Lights and Kyle pulls her onto the back patio. He tells her he missed her. It's been an eternity since last night. They kiss. Kyle gets coffee and brings it back to the table, and they banter about him wanting to steal her whipped cream and how much he missed her. He surprises her by suggesting it might be a good idea for her to move in with him. "If I did ask you, would you say yes?" Kyle asks Claire how she'd feel about living together. She tells him it feels too soon to be talking about this. It's a big move. Claire thinks their relationship is great, but it's new. How well do we really know each other? Kyle thinks one way to get to know each other better would be to live together. He asks her to just think about it and imagine what comes to mind. She wonders if this would happen at his house with his parents and Harrison, or in the tack house on Victor's property. Or would they get their own place? Kyle asks what would feel best to her. They go back and forth as she teases about Kyle living in the tack house. Kyle thinks the consensus is getting their own place. He winks. "I know a realtor." Claire repeats that they just started dating and it's a big step. She thinks there's something else they have to discuss. "My grandfather." Audra gives Sally concerning news. At the club, Audra tells Sally she has news. Her life may be getting busier. Sally asks if Nate proposed. Audra says no, her status hasn't changed. Sally says getting married isn't on her radar either. Audra explains that she has a solid new job prospect. Sally wants to hear all about it. What's the company and the job? Audra hedges that she's been offered a deal from Victor, a sort of bargain with the devil. Sally can't understand why Audra would ever go work for Victor again. Her friend says she doesn't exactly have a lot of options. Sally reminds her he double-crossed her for Glissade. Audra wants to tell her about the offer and warns her not to share this with anyone. She says Victor offered her the chance to run a division at Newman Enterprises. Sally asks why the wants in return. Audra says he wants her to lure Kyle away from Claire. Sally gawps, "Are you kidding me?" She hopes the answer to that would be hell no. Audra argues he just wants a little impropriety, and in exchange, she'd be able to run a division at Newman. Sally says it comes with way too steep a price. Why would she even consider it? Audra has not agreed yet. Sally wants to hire her, but Audra refuses because fashion is not her area of expertise. She explains that this could be her only shot, and that she feels like her name is on a do not hire list. Sally claims Victor may have started it himself. She inquires whether her buddy wants her to simply listen or reply. Audra values her input. Sally finds it disgusting. Audra thinks she has control over what happens to Kyle. She's coped with far worse. This makes Sally sad. She feels that this is far more than a compromise. Audra understands Victor's motivations. He does not want his granddaughter to date Kyle, who deserves to be played. He fired her with no qualms whatsoever. Sally reminds her Victor threw her under the bus as well. Why would she align with him again, especially under the worst of circumstances? Sally warns this is dangerous and asks Audra how she'll protect herself. Audra will get something in writing to make sure Victor can't go back on his word. Sally's sure he'll toss her aside if he has to. She holds the cards until she doesn't. Audra says Kyle's an easy target. Sally reminds her she seduced him before when his marriage was falling apart. Audra says they're more alike than Kyle likes to believe. Sally thinks he kind of hates her. Audra muses that there's a thin line between love and hate. All she has to do is put Kyle in a compromising position. Sally asks, "What about Claire? Do you think she deserves this?" Audra would be doing her a favor. Victor's right. Kyle's a player, and the sooner she knows the better. Sally asks what she'll do when Nate finds out what she's up to. Audra insists Nate won't find out what's going on. Sally asks why she would risk it. Audra insists things are going great. Sally asks, so why ruin it? Audra admits he saw her with Victor recently. She told him that Victor was fact-finding, but she didn't mention the job or the Kyle part. Sally asks if she really thinks it's fair to do that to Nate. Audra insists she won't betray Nate. Sally warns she's playing with fire. Audra replies, "But I won't get burned." She insists Nate won't have to find out. Sally pivots to Holden and reminds Nate cares about Audra and wants her to let him in. Audra can handle herself and pull it off. Sally worries that it could blow up in her face. Audra cannot afford to turn down this opportunity. She will only inform Nate that she works for Victor. She respects Sally's honesty. Sally requests that she watch her back. Don't get yourself into a corner you can't get out of. Audra is capable in handling this situation. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my WSR Media to our channel and stay with us.